are not going to the cinema halls, to the theaters as much as they do see on television. So these are examples of two non-visionary statements. What should we be? Visionaries or non-visionaries? Obviously, we must be visionaries. We can be visionaries like Walt Disney. Walt Disney's vision was to make people happy. When he was young, as a young child, his father used to beat him up sometimes and he used to run away from the house. But what could he do? As a young child, he had to come back. So he came back, but one day, as he grew up, he had this vision that when I grow up, I will and get married and I have children, I will not give them such a life. I will give them a lot of love and affection. So he used to take his two daughters every Saturday to an amusement park, and he would watch as his daughters enjoyed the park and all the rides. But one day he noticed that the rides were not working properly. One day he noticed that the paint had chipped off. And then he had a grand vision. He said, why don't I create a place in this city where people will come not only from my own city, but they'll come from all over the world. And that became the starting of Disneyland. And now you know millions of people visit Disneyland not only in the US, but in Europe, in Hong Kong, and other countries also. This is one man's vision. Are you saying something? Is anybody saying something? Am I audible and visible and you can see my screen? Yes, no.
Yes, sir, you're audible. I would request the participants to kindly mute while the event is going on. It
Yeah,
would be,
yeah, yeah. If the
if you have any
participants,
questions, yes,
we are
sir,
going
you're
to have a
saying.
question and answer time at the end here. So we'll keep it at the
Sure,
end, right? And my suggestion is
sure,
please you
absolutely.
keep everybody muted so that your background sounds also don't come in the talk, right? Okay. So
Absolutely.
right now stay
Kindly,
focused on what I'm sharing.
kindly
Okay.
stay with us. Thank you.
Yeah. So to make people happy, and we therefore must have a vision that we can do more. All of us can achieve new horizons and greater heights in our life. In 2025, the year that has just started, what will you do? I would like all of you to ask yourselves four questions. What is it that you will stop doing? What is it that's hurting you? What's not helping you? Stop doing. What are those things? Think about it. What is it that you want to start doing? Once you stop doing things, you create time because all of us have 24 hours in a day. You create the time for doing and starting things that you did not have time for. What is it that is going well for you and therefore you will continue doing? And what is it that you will complete in 2025? I encourage all of you to write this down either on a piece of paper later on, or on your phones, or on your computers or laptops, and track all these things every week, every month, and see that you are making progress towards your important goals in life. E stands for enthusiasm. Enthusiasm comes from the Greek word entheos. Entheos means full of life, full of energy, full of vitality. I always believe the greatest bankrupt in the world is not a person who doesn't have money. The greatest bankrupt in the world is a person who doesn't have enthusiasm for this beautiful gift of life. I'm sure many of you agree that life is a beautiful gift. And what we do with our life is our gift to the Almighty. Do you want to give an ordinary gift or a great gift? अर्ज करता हूँ जिंदगी खूबसूरत है जिंदगी खूबसूरत है हमें जीना नहीं आया जिंदगी खूबसूरत है हमें जीना नहीं आया नशा हर चीज में है हमें पीना नहीं आया. And once we understand this nasha about life, we can carry this nasha 24 by 7. And when you have that, life becomes very interesting. Your enthusiasm affects your attitude, and your attitude determines your altitude. How high you go in life is not decided by your current facts and circumstances, but by your attitude to those facts and circumstances. That is why we had a president, Dr. Kalam, who was born in a very humble, poor middle family, not even middle class. He was poor family, and yet rose to become the president of this great country. We have a prime minister currently who used to sell tea with his father on railway station, and today he is the prime minister of this country. We have Sachin Tendulkar, who's born in a humble family but became a cricketing legend. We have so many examples like this because of their attitude. Attitude determines your altitude. Always remember, attitude is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than success, than what other people think, say, or do. It will make or break a company or a home. More companies get bankrupt because of the attitude of the management or the employees. More divorces occur because of the attitude of one or both of the partners. The remarkable thing is, we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. Every day when we get up in the morning, my friends, we have two choices. We can either say, Good morning, God, good morning, Allah, or we can say, Oh God, it's morning. Oh God, it's morning is almost the same words, but it really affects the day. And how you start your day affects your week and your month and your life. Every morning when I get up, I say three things. I do three things. I get up and for 10, 15 seconds, I smile for no reason. After that, I thank God for giving me one more day to make a difference in people's lives. And the third thing I do is I say, Thank no person. Let me have some water.
Syed Mustafa would request you to kindly mute yourself. As we have to be having questions in the end. So kindly
I
mute
see.
what is going on.
Yeah, mute everyone, please. Yeah. So
Syed
I say,
Mustafa, kindly mute yourself. Yes, sir.
so I say, I do not, I will not allow any person or situation to take away the smile from my face. Three things I do in the first 60 seconds of my day. I always believe, my friends, I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. Very important. So we must be always, if we have some difficulties, it's all right for a little while, very brief while to be off attitude, but come back to your positive attitude very quickly. Very important to master our stress. All this is happening regularly. Somebody sleeping not well, late nights, time management is not good, sickness, health, fear, anxiety, savings are low, and all that. Right? Are stress levels rising worldwide? The answer is yes. Before the pandemic, there was a lot of stress. After the pandemic, during the pandemic, there was a lot of stress. After the pandemic, the Ukraine Russia war, etc. Also, everything in the world is getting stressed. More, you know, wars, more quarrels, more interpersonal conflicts. We need to make sure that we manage stress. Because what is stress? Stress is our internal response to a situation we find hard to manage. And the situations we find hard to manage are increasing. Stress is the wear and tear our body and mind experiences as we adjust to a continually changing environment. Our environment is changing, and with change comes stress. So, the relationship between stress and performance. When stress is very low, performance is also low. Little bit of stress is good. That is why when you have deadlines, targets, actually you do better, right? But if there is too much stress, then it affects productivity and it affects performance, affects health, affects relationships. How do we resolve stress? By doing three possible things. One, to action. Take action against things that you can take to stop being stressed. Two, change your perception, the way you look at things. Three, accept what you cannot change. There's a beautiful prayer which says, God, give me the courage to change the things I can change, the serenity or calmness of mind to accept the things I cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference. The third point is very important, right? So we used to produce a CD. Now we've stopped because everything is online streaming. But the CD was called Music for True Relaxation. Listen to music that you like to resolve your stress.